Hello everyone, welcome to the Killer Countdown, where I rank all of my favorite kills and all of your favorite horror movies and franchises. My name is Rashawn Bass, and today we're going to be taking a look at Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, which was released in 1993 and directed by Adam Marcus. This movie features a total of 23 kills, but before I get to my official rankings, let me tell you why I'm wearing this brown shirt. It's because this movie's a piece of shit. But before I get to my official rankings, let me go over the kills I would not be including. Coroner who was possessed. Oh, and before I continue, yes, possessions do count as deaths because once Jason leaves one body and goes to another, the body that he was in before, well, the person ends up dying. So, yeah. Let's go on. Diana, who was impaled by a knife sharpener. Then there's Edna, her head was smashed in the door. It just went by way too quickly. FBI Agent 1. Hey yo, was that Kane Hodder? FBI Agent 2. There's Luke, whose head was crushed completely off screen. Officer Ryan, whose head was smashed against the locker. If you blink, you'll miss it. Then there's Diner Patron number 1, who was thrown into the counter. Robert, who was possessed. Sheriff Landis, who awkwardly impaled himself with a magic dagger. And I really can't believe I'm using the term magic dagger in regards to a Friday the 13th movie. Ward, whose arm was broken and he was thrown into the diner doors. A twofer with Officer Mark and Officer Brian, whose heads were smashed together. This was a late scratch, by the way. Creighton Duke, who was crushed by Jason's bear hug, or caressed by Jason's bear hug. It just looks so warm and comfy. And Deborah. She was stabbed and split in half with a metal post. This was taken out as I was in the middle of doing the official rankings, which was the latest scratch by far. It fell out of favor with me. Every time I looked at it, I just can't get past that really weird and awkward sex scene. And well, this movie in general is just really tough to get through. But I did it. I did it for the culture. Whatever. Now, with a total of 16 omissions, here are my top 7 kills in Jason Goes to Hell. At number 7 is Diner Patron number 2, who was shot with stray shotgun shells. Ooh, alliteration. My favorite part of the kill was actually seeing him wave his arms in the air like a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. And at number 6 is the coroner's assistant, who was stabbed in the back of the head with an autopsy probe. You don't see much, but I love the sound effects, hearing the blood pour onto the floor. And then you get this disgusting shot of the assistant's face go through the grating. At number 5 is Randy! His neck was slashed with a machete. The kill itself was nothing special. The highlight here is that demonic mini Jason creature escaping out of his neck with ramen noodles all over its body. It makes me downright nauseous every time I watch it. And at number 4 is Vicky, who was impaled with a barbecue skewer and her head was crushed. This was the only time any good filmmaking aspect was implemented. Vicky stabs a possessed Robert with the skewer, but with that not being enough, he grabs a hold of her and punctures her body with it, and we get some over-the-top blood. And speaking of over-the-top blood, that's when he crushes her head, causing more blood coming out of her top, going over the top of his head, adding to the over-the-top blood that was already on his face, which is over the top. And breathe. Starting out my top 3 is Josh, who was possessed, and then his body melted. Speaking of over the top, after transferring himself from Josh to Robert, the old body Jason was inhabiting starts to melt away like candle wax. This was absolutely gross, seeing his body slowly take itself apart. Just the final shot we get when his jaw disconnects from his head and he slowly collapses like a slithering snake will forever haunt me. Yes, even more so than the thought of me actually having to watch this movie from an analytical aspect. And for the first time ever, at spots 2 and 1, yes, this is a shared top spot here on the Killer Countdown. It's Shelby and Joey, who... a lot happened here, so let me break it down for you. Possessed Robert was wreaking havoc in the diner until he eventually makes his way behind the counter and is greeted by the greatest holy shit I've ever heard. Holy shit! Joey tosses Shelby the gun, shoots Robert in the chest, but once he sees it didn't work, all he could say was, "Oh shit!" Oh shit indeed, and Robert dunks Shelby's face in the deep fryer. That's when Joey comes up and starts beating on Robert, and this is where my favorite part. This is when. Oh my god, okay, this is when Robert takes his elbow and he bashes Joey in the face. And we get easily the funniest shot. We get the funniest shot. Why is this movie so bad? Listen, The funniest kill claims a top spot because this movie is one big fucking joke. It's one big joke. And it honestly infuriates me knowing that the writers only took a few days to write this, and what an insult to the horror community this was once it was released. I can't believe they had the wherewithal to just threw this out there. They really did. Just throw this out there. And for the love of this fucking franchise, man, can I just talk about the mailbox? You know, how it says Voorhees, but it's spelled completely wrong. All the people working on the set, not one person can be like, I think, you know what? I think we have that wrong. I'm not asking for like Albert Einstein or anything to be working on set, but I'm asking for someone who's actually capable of reading over, you know, maybe the second grade level. This was disgusting. I can't even. Like, this was a crime against humanity. The movie lacked structure, character development. It was an insult and a slap to the face. I know I hate part 5. I hate part 5, but at least they tried something different. The execution was piss poor and it was awful, but nowhere nearly as bad as what we got with this. My God. Oh my God. This was easily the hardest thing I've ever had to do. That's what she said. In my life. I mean, I hate to really just get off topic here, but I had a script. I had a script written down, and just all the memories that I had watching this movie just now, it just said, you know what? Fuck this. I gotta speak from the heart. And from the heart, I say, I hate you. Jason Goes to Hell. I hate you with every bone in my body. Now, with that being said, here are my official rankings for Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday. In the comment section below, tell me exactly how you'll rank all these kills, even though I really don't recommend you even acknowledge this movie's existence. Once again, my name is Sean Bass. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And subscribe to join the Killer Kountdown clan. Just don't go burning any crosses now.